All right, it is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
After hours, little Jeff and Julia on the KSN Plus app and Facebook. Have to start out with the KSN Plus app if you don't have it. Got lots of unique content that you can only see on our app, which is a television app that you can get on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. We encourage you to download it, but we also encourage you to join us on Facebook Live as well, because we mentioned it yesterday after the podcast that we feel like our Facebook family is like part of this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you are. And we really can't do it without you. So,
we love the Facebook interaction, but I will say yesterday, apparently our feed was freezing. And then they said, well, it wasn't freezing on KSN Plus. So.
Oh, well, I said the reason it was freezing was because it was like that Netflix thing when they showed the NFL game.
And so many people were watching.
Yes, we had such an audience. We needed KSN to boost our bandwidth or whatever it is.
Sure, let's go with that.
Well, that's what I said it was. Engineer looked at me like I was on bath salts or something, and I said, no, I quit that a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, man. Were you looking for the coaster earlier, the one you normally hold up? You were actually using it as a coaster
using
today.
We have little coasters here that say KSN Plus, and then you have the QR code on the back. By the way, I failed to mention this yesterday, too. If you want to download KSN Plus, our website has the instructions to do it. I don't want to bore anybody on the podcast with the step-by-step. It's not hard, but it's also not something that is comfortable listening to somebody like me yap about it.
I know that our wonderful web team also puts a link to it as well on the Facebook page.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
There you go.
So something interesting today that we discussed earlier, we thought we'd talk a little bit about it, and maybe it sounds silly, but we're nostalgic here. You know, we like to look back at our childhoods.
One more recent than the other.
One more recent than the other. I'm still kind of a child, so it doesn't matter. But the nominations for the Toy Hall of Fame were announced.
Yes.
And I don't know all of them, but some of them were like Connect Four, Battleship, a lightsaber, and something else. And I was kind of shocked that those toys were not already in the Toy Hall of Fame. Oh, and Cornhole was one too, which I don't think's a toy. I see that as a game, but I guess the kids can play it.
Not when I'm playing. Out of my way.
I'm terrible at that game too. So anyway, we thought it would be fun to, we're so there's a big gap between our not only us in the studio, but in the age range.
Different generations for
sure.
Right.
So that's what we thought about.
Got to get rid of that red.
What's going on?
That red. There was a red box on our screen, and I'm
man,
a little
what is the
OCD
deal?
on that.
No, who put that up there? Was
I don't
that me?
know. I fixed it. No, it was like that, and I didn't fix it.
What is
It's
the
like when
deal?
you need your jacket on at the beginning of the show, or you can't operate until it happens.
Can we I will tell you one of the reasons why we got the jacket on.
Why?
It's cold in this room.
It's freezing.
Always
That's why I have the
cold in this
blanket.
room. What you can't see behind. One of these days we should show.
No.
We should show everybody what we're looking at. Is they're looking at us, if we show them what we're looking at.
No, we're just gonna let them look at this real nice background.
Yeah, well,
they would think it was cool. I'll say that.
Just imagine we're in this beautiful shiplap studio, and we won't let you know what's on the other side. But the toys that we grew up with.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I grew up with Kick the Can, Ball and Cup, Tag.
Oh.
We also
red
had
light, green light.
Yeah, so then we're doing toys. Jump rope. That was a big toy back in my day.
The toys that you grew up with, I still had. Chalk bites.
Chalk.
I loved chalk. We loved playing with chalk. And we would chalk outline. We had a bunch of neighborhood kids.
That's why you're into crime.
Okay,
you
not chalk we outline the road.
No, it sounded like
road.
you sound like you're chalk outlining bodies. Because you're into that's one thing that you are. I don't want to give too much insight, but true crime is one of your passions.
Yeah.
And so
now
I know why.
Neighborhood kids that we played with, she's a doctor now. So I'm like, ooh. And an ER doctor.
Even better.
So we both ended up, right?
Did you want to be the chalk person for the local law enforcement? Because they have that.
No.
They call you in. We need the chalker.
We need the chalk.
And then you come out and you're.
We did chalk roads. so that you could drive and you could play whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
we were an organized neighborhood club.
Just kind of curious what some of the toys that you guys played with when you were a child. Sometimes maybe as you grew up. I didn't grow up in the video game generation. A lot of kids these days, and even 20 years ago or 30 years ago, they grew up in kind of that video game generation. And when I was in my probably early, 10 or 11, yes, there was Atari.
Yes, I was going to ask if you played that.
And then Nintendo came out when I was about 10 or 11. And that was like my first home video game experience. There were arcades back then. I mean, you could go and play Pac-Man and all that stuff.
Did you like pinball? Was that your thing?
You going way, yeah. That's all I had, just pinball. No, I hated pinball. Nobody wanted to play.
At it.
I'm not good at it, but nobody wanted to play pinball. Like pinball, when you went to a bowling alley, like a bowling alley arcade back in the day, like the only machines that usually were open were the pinball machines.
You act like, oh, I didn't play that, but you bowled and you had your own ball and your own bag.
Had 2 balls.
Yeah. So you loved it. Like that's a whole other level.
My dad was a league bowler when I was a kid, and he would bowl at Thunderbird Lanes, which is an old bowling alley. It no longer exists. Oh, weirdly enough, I was on Facebook Marketplace the other day, and there's somebody selling bowling pins from Thunderbird Lanes, which is really interesting. I'm not interested in buying other people's
used
trash.
Bowling pins.
Well, So anyway, but point is he would have like league night on like Tuesday night or something. I don't know what night it was. I was young. He'd bring me because my parents were, they weren't together. My mom, I think, had moved or something. And so he would give me like some quarters.
Yeah.
And I'd spend the time in the arcade there at the old Thunderbirds.
Wow.
And I didn't like to play ping pong.
Ping pong?
No, Galaga. I was really good at Galaga.
Oh.
Or did I say ping pong? I meant pinball.
Pinball, yeah.
No, they don't have ping pong tables in the arcade.
That's why I said it.
That's a really terrible bowling alley arcade if there's ping pong.
If there's ping pong?
I do love ping pong, by the way. But
badminton?
It gives me a business idea. Bowling alley with a badminton.
Trademark that.
Okay.
Don't steal it, guys.
So, but honestly, the toys I grew up with, I got to tell you, my favorite toy, I didn't mention it today on the air, was I had the entire collection of the He-Man.
Oh, wow.
So He-Man was a cartoon. You're not familiar.
No, I am looking it up though.
And there's all these muscle dudes.
Oh, okay.
And I had the castle.
Oh, yeah.
And, honestly, I look back. Oh, you guys that are watching that are like my age or older, like some of those toys we had are going for big bucks. It's kind of crazy. Like there is this weird, it's not weird. There are people out there that love antique toys, which they're antiques now. And I think if I had just not thrown those toys away, I wouldn't have to work.
Yeah, like the Beanie Babies.
I could just sell.
You probably had like a basement full of Cabbage Patches.
I did not. No. I had a basement full of He-Man, and if I could just sell one He-Man a month, I wouldn't have to work.
Wow, that is an idea.
You are a fan of the. It's not called a gerbil, is it? What is the thing? The Furby. The Furby.
Gerbils. Wow, you love the gerbils.
Not really a toy. It's an animal. I wouldn't recommend.
You're a fan of the gerbils.
I don't know why I thought gerbs, but it was the Furbs. It was a Furby.
No, definitely not a fan of the gerbs.
Really? They're cute.
The Furbies, what I love about the Furbies is they are equal part adorable and terrifying.
You're right.
Yeah.
Did the Furby have a thing inside where it shake or something? Or I don't remember.
My sister had a Furby. I did not, but I think it made noise.
It talked.
And there was a whole thing.
Gotcha. All right.
The He-Man, I feel like I've seen them on a
Lunchbox. I had the Lunchbox too.
On a video game.
I don't know if there's a video game, but
so I will go to some of the arcade bars. There's a couple in town, and you can play old school games. And I swear that some of these characters are on some of the video games you can play. That's where I recognize these characters from.
Do you like so clearly you're like arcades. Do you prefer when you go to an arcade to play the old school games? Is that part of the appeal to you? Oh, this kind of brings me back, because that was kind of a popular thing not too long ago, and I don't know if it still is a thing.
Yeah,
but it used to be.
So I would say for me, not at all.
Okay.
And the reason is because I didn't play those games.
Right.
That was not my generation. And so some of those games I'm playing for the first time.
Oh, so you're like, this is called Pokemon.
Wow, Pokemon. I love
There's
Pokemon.
some sort of a thing that eats the dot.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, what besides a Furby did you have toys? You don't strike me as, and I'm just, again, I know you a little bit, and I might be way off here.
Okay.
You do not strike me as a Barbie person, but you are. Are you?
Huge Barbie.
I
Loved Barbie. Barbie was my
whiffed on that.
favorite. Here's what I will say that I
don't
think
know
is
why.
super cool. So I loved Barbie.
Okay.
And my favorite was Teresa. I remember her name. And she had this like beautiful brown hair and she looked totally different than I did. And I loved this Barbie. Was just memorized by her. I have a box of like my favorite, favorite things or some of the childhood things.
Yeah.
And we don't have much. We didn't keep much. I still have Teresa the Barbie.
I did not. I missed on that. I whiffed on that. This bad. I thought I could read you a little bit there. I don't know why I thought.
I'm curious why you got you got anti-Barbie vibes.
I just because I thought maybe you seem like someone that is you. Okay. You don't strike me as someone that kind of goes along with like a trend or like a marketing thing. Like marketing doesn't like hook you.
Yeah.
Like right now. So like, and not saying that Barbie wasn't, but Barbie kind of that. I mean, it was like popular and you seem like somebody was kind of you didn't follow like a trend. But I was off. You follow trends.
I totally follow trends.
Yeah, okay.
I will give it to my dad, which I thought was a very, very cool dad move. I remember being really young, and I've talked about it before. He grew up really, really poor. And so one of the things that he did when we were really young, he said, okay, we're going to buy stock. What kind of stock do you want to buy? And I said, I want to buy Barbie. And so Mattel was the first stock that I ever bought.
Oh.
So a couple years ago, though, when the Barbie movie came out, I said, Dad, how's that Mattel stock doing? He said, oh, I sold that a long time ago. But I liked that because that also got me interested
cool.
at a young
Yeah.
age. And I thought that was very cool of him to pass that down.
That is neat. I wish, looking back, somebody had said, like to me, if
Apple.
I was like eating an apple, and my dad would be like, "You like that apple? Let's invest in Apple."
One of the things that he will say,
Missed that.
he sold his Apple stock.
Okay.
Years,
Well, that's
yeah.
okay.
No, that's like an investment that
No,
haunts
but sometimes,
people.
but sometimes, people are at different stages of life, and you need. I mean,
He sold it to
happens.
buy our house, and they still own that house.
There you go.
Yep.
So there. So it's still paying off.
Exactly. And they're still inside. Karina said our Furby was probably possessed. Not probably, it definitely was. I think that came with the doll.
Okay.
I remember having a lot of dolls. Oh, like My Scene dolls. You're going to know none of these. My Scene dolls, Bratz, Polly Pockets.
No Bratz.
Betty Spaghetti, Cabbage Patch.
Okay. Strawberry shortcake, was that a thing?
Yeah, Strawberry Shortcake. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Strawberry Shortcake was one. Olivia said I had Polly Pockets. Oh, and I swallowed the Polly Pocket shoe when I was little.
The whole shoe.
Now, you're not going to know this, but Olivia, maybe Karina, because she also said the dolls. Okay, so Karina already said it. I feel like everyone wanted to chew on the Polly Pocket accessories. That's what I was going to ask. It was a thing to like chew on the purse. I chewed on the purse all the time.
Okay.
That was a generational thing. We chewed on the Polly Pocket accessories.
That explains a little bit there.
Yeah. My dad said Dance Dance Revolution. That was one that we had.
Okay.
Did you do that?
No, I think I'd aged out. Like there was that period of time in your life where you
age
you're not
out.
watching you're not watching Saturday morning cartoons. You're not seeing
Yeah.
all the ads for the different toys, and you're doing other things. And then there's like a whole gap, several years. We just don't know what's coming out.
Yeah.
I was not a G.I. Joe guy.
Oh.
My friend across the street, same guy that has the Table Rock house, he was a big G.I. Joe dude.
It was the G.I. Joe, the arm stretch.
No.
Okay, keep going.
No, I don't. You can Google it. No, they were
So
just
you
little,
also had dolls, though.
G.I. Joe is just a lot of these toys were like cartoons.
Yeah.
And then they would sell the kids on the, you'd watch the cartoon. But I didn't have G.I. Joes, my friend did. So I got but Transformers, I was a big. I had a lot of Transformers.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Did you have Hot Wheels?
I did.
Okay.
Hot
That is
Wheels.
one that we have in common.
Hot Wheels, Transformers, and then He-Man. But I spent a lot of my money, it wasn't my money, on fishing lures.
As a kid?
Yes.
Oh.
Like
wow.
my favorite toy
Yeah.
as a child when I was like 5, 6 was my tackle box.
That's cool.
So I really got into fishing because each little lure it's kind of
That's
like a
really
toy
cute.
with sharp hooks.
Yeah.
So you couldn't chew on
Give
them.
it to a child.
You couldn't chew on them.
You could, but
I mean,
you guys were
could. It
smarter
was
than
just,
that.
no, I don't know if we were, but we just didn't because we liked them so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was a tackle box. Was my
Oh.
yeah.
How old were you when you remember that? Oh, that's
4,
really
5.
cute. Yeah.
And I've been building that tackle box ever since.
Yeah. You still have
I
it.
still.
That's a good investment.
Hey, I still have lure. I know I still have fishing lures that,
Do you
that I
use
remember
them?
that. Some of them that are that because there is a little
You
bit of
can't use
nostalgia.
them.
Like either my grandfather would give
Yeah.
me some lures, or I remember getting a fishing lure when I was 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I don't use those lures. They're in my box, but I just can't bear to imagine like they're.
That's normal. I would not use those. I
Right.
didn't know if you looked at them though and felt that way. If you were like, it's just a lure.
No, I don't. Did not say it like that. But no, I didn't. No,
It's cool.
it is neat. Pretty cool. Yeah. And then, but I also did a lot of outside stuff. I didn't have a lot of. I wouldn't say I had a lot of toys when I was growing up. We did a lot of outdoor things. We rode our bikes and we
Yes.
jumped dirt hills and we did a lot of stuff like that. And I think kids still do that. There's
Yeah.
like this thing now where you've seen the meme where it shows like kids jumping dirt bikes and then like another is like my childhood versus today's world and it's like kids on a.
Yeah.
I still think in parts of America that kids still get out there and ride their bikes. I think so.
Yeah. They definitely do.
They still sell bikes.
They do.
I mean,
So someone's got to be riding them.
they wouldn't sell them if they weren't selling.
I think, and that's another one that's cross generational, right? We did the bikes, and we also did the thing where we knew, okay, we can't come inside to get water because if we come inside, mom will say it's time. So we,
Yeah.
you go out and you drink out of the, the water spigot, and
The hose.
Yeah, the hose, and
drink
it
out
was
of the
the thing of. You ride until it gets dark, and then you have to come inside, and so I think a lot of generations have that.
Anybody talking about toys?
Tons of them. So we have.
I'll tell you honestly, I didn't. It wasn't until like a year ago that a Toy Hall of Fame. I didn't know it existed.
Same.
And we did the story a year ago, and then it came out this year with the toy. And again, I'm saying the toys that were nominated. I was like, those aren't in the Hall of Fame.
No.
Connect 4 was not. I'm like, Connect 4 is not in the Hall of Fame.
Maybe it's you've got to have like a certain number of years.
Connect 4 is 100 years old, man. Maybe not. But one of them, somebody suggested today, Kerplunk.
Yes.
Awesome game. I played that at my grandparents' house. That's the first, and their Kerplunk was probably from the 50s, and it's to this day a really cool game.
Do you still have like their version of
I
it?
don't have it, but you could buy. I think you
Yeah.
could buy a Kerplunk. It's kind of new, but it was literally like a marble stick version of like Jenga.
Oh, yeah.
So like Jenga, you're pulling the little sticks, the little logs things out or whatever they blocks. I'm an idiot. Blocks like my head.
Yeah, blocks.
Blockhead. But it's marbles on top of these sticks, and you pull these little sticks out of this cylinder, and you try not to let the marbles drop through.
Yeah.
And the people that have the fewest marbles at the end of the game win. And it makes a kerplunk sound when the marketing geniuses back then. They probably had the game like, what do we call it? I don't know. And they're just like, well, it kind of sounds like it's saying, yeah, we'll call it that. Make them, ship them, sell them.
They were though. How many years later you're still talking about it?
Well, I forgot about it until we had a viewer today. We asked the
Said
question on
kerplunk.
KSN News at 4. If you've ever seen it, we do a question for you every day, and we get viewer feedback, and we share the viewers' answers on the air at 4 o'clock. We share them around 4:58 or something. And a woman, Deneen, was it Deneen?
Yeah, Deneen.
Said kerplunk, and I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot about that game. That's a great game.
You did, and we got it in commercial break, which normally we don't read them, and you instantly said,
Yes,
I love that game.
I don't know why. Anyway.
Doug said Voltron. Done.
I vaguely remember that.
Okay. Olivia, you and I just talked about this the other day. I still remember Chia Pets, Chia Pets commercials. I don't know who else remembers it. We all do. You said you had one.
I have 2 Chia Pets right now.
Yeah, not growing them though, just for.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
They're like these. I got a Bob Ross chia pet, and I have a Rick and Morty chia pet.
The Bob Ross is the one I'm like, you got to
Rick
invest some time in that
Sanchez.
one.
Yeah, because
That's a good,
he's
a good chia pet.
He was like a living chia pet.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
He could also paint.
Second to his painting.
Huge Bob Ross fan, by the way.
Yeah, huge.
I am.
I know.
I mean,
people don't know
I
that.
got merch. Like
Tons of merch.
I buy the Bob Ross merch.
Yes.
I was on Bob Ross before he was popular.
But you have a sentimental reason, a sweet reason for loving Bob Ross.
Did I tell that story here? Yeah.
No, but I know that story.
My mother was a painter, and when I was very young, we didn't have cable. We didn't have hardly any money, and so we had like PBS and like the stations with the thing. So my mother would paint, and I would watch her paint, and then finally, like when I was watching her paint, I was a kid, so like she's trying to paint, and she's like, well, you want to watch somebody paint? That was a way to get me away from her when she's trying to paint. She'd turn on Bob Ross on PBS, KPTS, Channel 8 back in the day, and I'd watch it, and I'd never stopped friggin' watching it. Even as an adult, I'm like, and it was reruns. I know a lot about Bob Ross, so I don't want to go into like his biography, but you just get a kick out of him like ruining it with a big tree at the end. Like I don't know if you ever watched it, but
happy mistakes.
He'd paint this great picture in like 4 minutes or something, and you're watching it, and then at the very end you're like, okay, he's done.
Yeah.
Man, that looks good, Bob. Nice job. And he'd be like, oh, wait, it needs a tree. He'd just paint. He'd take like a big brush and just paint like a tree, like
right down the middle.
Right down the middle, and cover up like all this other stuff that I thought was really, really cool. Now, looking back, clearly he's the professional, and I was just like, what are you doing? You're ruining the painting, Bob.
But what's cool that people don't know about you is that you are also artistic.
Yes, I was used to be. I have not flexed that gene in a while, in a long time. And always wanted to. I was a pretty good painter because my mother had all the stuff, and I was pretty good with like creating stuff out of anything, like clay or Play-Doh. Play-Doh.
Oh,
Play-Doh
add
was
that
another
to
one.
it.
That should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think it's in the Hall of Fame.
That should be in the Hall of Fame. But the Bob Ross stuff just stuck with me. True story. I have tried as I became an adult. I thought for a moment, this is like a while ago, I was like, I want a Bob Ross painting, right?
Oh, no.
No, you can't get.
Yeah.
And if you do find one that is real, that is for sale.
I really like, though, that you're like, I could buy one.
I thought I could. I thought, hey, I made it. Yeah. I made it. And then I'm like, start looking. And first of all, he never sold any of his paintings on the paintings that he made on tele. So my whole thing was this. I go, you know how cool this would be? It would be so cool if I got a Bob Ross painting that he painted on the show. And then I had the episode. And then when people would come over, I go, hey, watch this. Like, you see the painting? This is the guy painting it, painting it on TV, right? I thought that would be so cool. I started doing some digging, and I learned that he painted, for every show, he painted 2 paintings. He painted one at first for a reference that sat off camera. Do you know anything about this?
We've talked, but yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm boring you. I could see your
It's
eyes
good.
glazing over.
No.
And so
I was
anyway,
very engaged.
And then he would paint and all this and stuff. Then he would donate those paintings to local PBS stations all across the country, and they could, if they wanted to raise money, they could auction them off or sell them. But he never got a penny for those. I don't even know if there's. The last I checked, there's a handful, not very few, that are actually in the open market. And if they're a real Bob Ross painting, something that he painted in 20 minutes, we're tens of thousands of dollars or more now. And I thought immediately, I was like, I started thinking maybe I should just buy more fishing lures. I mean, fishing lures sound cool. I'm going to get some fishing lures. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I gave up on my Bob Ross painting dream.
Wow.
But I did read. This is the last thing I'm going to say about it. Y'all are like, click. I get it. And there's a traveling Bob Ross exhibit, and it's not coming here. It's somewhere in the United States with a lot of his paintings that you could go in.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can go in and see the paintings and stuff like that. So that's it.
I love
That was
how
nothing to do
much
with
you
a toy.
like Bob Ross.
I could talk for days
He
about
does,
Bob
which
Ross.
is why when I saw that, I thought, oh yeah, because I know that you love Bob Ross.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
So Ron said, how many of you remember the green army men?
Got
the
'em.
bag.
Had them.
Yes.
Barrel of Monkeys.
Oh,
Boom.
I had that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I loved those. I will say about Hot Wheels, I had Hot Wheels. My mom will tell the story that we had the Hot Wheels, we liked the Hot Wheels, but my cousin came over and he taught us to shoot the Hot Wheels off the stairs, and we had never thought about that. And so after he left, we would shoot them off the stairs, and my mom said after that she took the Hot Wheels
there
away.
goes the Hot Wheels.
Yeah, but that's a good memory. Remember that submarines they worked by using baking soda. Ron said that one.
Yes, so you could use kind of like a baking soda volcano.
Like a volcano?
Maybe. Yeah.
That's very
And
cool.
a little submarine.
My dad said Monopoly. We have played a lot of Monopoly.
Okay.
Did you play Monopoly?
Did not.
Oh, really?
We're not a board game family. But growing up, we were not board. We did. I take that back. We played Life.
Yeah.
We played Trouble. We played Clue
Yeah.
and
Clue.
Trivial Pursuit.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it.
Loved Clue. We played so much Monopoly. My dad though would hide. Like, you know how some parents like let their kids win?
He
Not my
didn't.
dad.
I know.
He would hide the
course
money
not.
under the board.
Oh, he
And
cheated.
Yeah, he cheated all the time.
Wait. That's okay. Continue.
Yeah.
We're gonna circle back to
He
that.
cheated. But now as adults, he loves Monopoly so much. We have downloaded the online version that you can play, like on your phone on an app, and we will play that version so that
He can't
nobody
cheat.
cheats.
He can't cheat there.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That most parents would be like, "We're gonna let him
gonna let
win,"
him
but he's
win,
like,
not
"No."
mine.
Not only am I not gonna let them win, I'm gonna cheat
At
I'm
all
cheating.
costs.
At all costs, I will hide the money. Oh, that's too funny.
Oh man, it builds character. I'm sure that's what he said.
Build something.
My first big boy bike was a Husky hand-me-down from my cousin with a battery operated horn built in. That's
Nice.
pretty cool.
Nice.
There's a place downtown in Wichita called Sweet and Saucy, and they
Okay.
have Bob Ross mints
I have Bob
and
Ross.
mini trees.
I have those mints. I got them. I own them. The Bob Ross mints.
I believe that. You
I
own
know.
a lot of Bob Ross merch.
I just don't own any of his paintings. Dang it.
Olivia said Jeff is an artist. Meanwhile, the coolest thing I made was I took paper clips and I made a necklace. I think that's good.
Cool. I used to. Yeah, you string them together.
Now that people know you're an artist, an
Well,
artiste,
let's pump the brakes.
you
on that a
could
little bit.
create art to be auctioned off for charity.
Nobody's. The charity of Jeff. Yeah. All right. I mean, if I could paint some stuff in 10 minutes on TV
Like
and
Bob
then sell it for
Ross.
40 grand, I'd be down with that.
I'd be down.
There's some scribbles.
Ron said grandparents made sure all the grandkids knew how to play canasta and 10-point pitch
man.
marble game called Wahoo, I think.
Gotcha. My grandparents were into that. Were into pitch. They did pitch parties, and I never got involved. I never got into that. I wish I had.
Are those cards?
Yes, a card game.
Yeah, we played a lot of cards in our family.
Okay.
We played Judgment, and we played a lot of Sequence, but we would play. I remember like the adults would play Judgment, and you had to get to a certain age, and it was the same thing of like you cannot be slow. You got to know the rules, and so you would learn outside of
Before you were able to join.
before you could join. So we'd have like Sunday family parties, and all of the adults would play, and
That's
so you would
cool.
kind of learn before. But I remember like playing with my paw and just these really fun memories with him.
Yeah, I remember going to those pitch parties at my grandparents' house, my dad's parents, and I never really wanted to play, and they didn't mind that I didn't want to play because it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
a kid. Because it was not those adults were like,
Yes.
nah, your kids can come, they can eat some peanuts or whatever, but you're not
Yes.
playing.
That's why they
And
were
we
the
didn't play.
same.
We didn't play. So,
Yeah.
but those were some great memories too, just watching all of those adults lose their mind. And you played Judgment. I
Yes.
just endured a lot of Judgment when I was. So we have something in common there, except yours is a card game and mine's trauma.
It was this weird like knocking thing, and I loved it. Yeah. Did you play cards though?
No.
Like
Go
no?
Fish. I played a lot of Go Fish with my grandma, my dad's mother.
That's fun.
My mom's mother was not so much of a card player, but my dad's mom was. Like we played Go Fish a lot,
Yeah.
and Gosh, there was another card game that I really liked that we played over there, and I forgot what it was. Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Ooh, Rumacube.
Slapjack.
Ooh.
You ever play a little slapjack?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's
Or
just a
like
big
War.
I think those games were created just to waste time, just to like pass time for kids.
Yeah. Did you ever play spoons?
Played War, never played spoons.
Really?
Don't know how to play spoons.
It basically was like a water. I mean, I'm sure as you got older, you played other ways, but we played it with water because we were kids. But you had to like grab a spoon. Yeah, you had to grab a spoon, and all the cousins would play it. But it got so intense. People would throw the spoons across, and everybody had. It was that was a good time.
Nice.
Jeff, the new Bob Ross.
I gotta grow the hair out and talk really nice.
And talk so nice.
Just so nice.
Happy trees.
There's no mistakes. There's just happy accidents.
Mistakes. Oh, happy accidents.
Got the phthalo blue and the titanium white.
Wow.
We'll mix them together and make a tree.
Ron said in college, we would make marathon games of Risk. Some games started on Friday after supper and last until class time on Monday.
Ron needs to get in touch with my son because Ron, my son, he's in college at K-State, and he plays games too. And it's not that. These different games I've never heard of. This like Flippy Cup and beer pong and marathon games of those. I need to get in touch with Ron so Ron can be like, hey, man.
You got to play different games.
Let's dial it back
a
little bit.
The games change when you get older.
They do.
Yeah.
They do play. Yeah.
But then you also, I think you circle back of, I didn't play video games, but I will play Mario Kart now. My boyfriend got a Mario Kart for his nieces and nephews. And we play more Mario Kart than they do. And I love Mario Kart.
Is that the controller with like a steering wheel, or you're just on like a controller?
We have controllers.
Okay.
No steering wheel.
Gotcha.
But I'm into Mario Kart now. So I do. I think it all circles back.
We're sitting this time. We did not plan to have this conversation, and it's making me
nostalgic and sad.
A little sad because those were good times, man.
Yes.
And you can't go back.
Yeah.
And like we've talked about it on this podcast before. For me, anyway, one of the things that I struggle with as an adult is, and it's not healthy, is I'm constantly in the quest of trying to recreate a feeling that I had when I was doing something years ago, and you can't do it. You try, and the problem with that is when you try and it doesn't happen, then you're disappointed, and it doesn't taint the original memory. It's just something I got to get out of doing, but I've struggled with that for decades. It's not like I'm just now doing that, and I just feel like you get to that point where we're talking about this.
Yeah,
I start to question myself, like, did I waste time with my kids? Like, because the memories I had when I was a kid, I wonder if they're still going to be able to get on a podcast one day and say, yeah, Dad didn't do anything. He just looked at his tackle box. And that's it. And it was like, I feel like, did I mess them up because we weren't doing pitch parties?
I think
that just makes me sad.
That's part of parental guilt. I think I'm not a parent.
Guilty.
But I think all parents have this parental guilt.
Yeah.
But your question of, did I mess them up? Because, you messed your kids up. Everybody messed their kids up.
Oh, no,
right?
He's messed up with the Flippy Cup, Tippy Cup, beer pongy dongy.
I make the joke of everyone's going to mess up their kids. You're just trying to figure out, how did I mess them up? And it could be nothing that you did. It's interesting when you look back and you could have the best parents in the world, but somewhere, right, they said something or did something that's part of being a parent. So you got to let it go. As
a parent, I got to tell you, you're just like, because they make so many mistakes, but at the end of the day, you're just like, just don't be a serial killer. Like, if we could just, if that's good, okay, I did okay.
Yeah.
As long as I don't become
But
getting into like human composting.
Here's the other thing on that of you, like, I think as a kid, you have your own memories and your own experiences, and they're not going to be yours.
You're
and
right.
So your son has all these memories of going fishing with you. Even a couple weeks ago, you guys went.
Yeah, we keep that going. We keep that going.
Yeah.
Keep that train going.
So as you sit there and you spiral as we're on the podcast of, did I do the right things? You did the right things. And I think it's the freedom of letting go of saying, okay, I'm going to make mistakes. But I didn't make, the ones I made are okay.
Although now I think about it, like my son, who he is, if he was at a family pitch party, he'd be like, "Dad,
I gotta go.
we gotta bounce, bro. Like this, is not working for me."
Yeah,
so I get it. He's not a board game guy either, man.
Yeah.
He's not, and I'm not really. But it's like my son and I lack the patient gene.
Okay.
We're just not patient, and I think a part of that has to do with like our I don't know what that has to do with. We're
No,
just not
here's
patient.
what's interesting.
We're not patient.
I love games. Love playing card games. I don't have the patience for movies, and you love movies.
Yes, that's weird.
I hate movies. Don't make me sit down and watch a movie. That's 2.5
I
hours
hate
where I have
movies.
to. I hate them. I don't want to watch them. If I never watch another movie ever again, I'll be cool.
That is wow.
Yeah, I love like a
Whoa.
good documentary. I love.
Why?
Yeah, if I
Okay.
never watch another movie.
I don't have much time here, but I got to know. You love a good documentary.
Love them. Watched one today while I was getting
so
ready.
you're not. Is it? You're not invested enough. You don't like. How do I say this? Because
It's
movies.
fake.
Because okay.
And
well,
so
yeah. But-
there's zero. Why am I investing my time in this fake
But it's a-
scenario? And I don't feel like it's a release from my life.
I got you.
I love my life. I don't
Okay.
need to release from my life.
There are some. I will just say there are some movies out there that really are artistic that do invoke certain emotions that make you reflect on humanity and where you are in your own certain life. I mean,
so
there's
do
sometimes.
nonfiction books.
Oh
that you
no,
can read.
those are scary because that's real. The good thing about a movie is like, well, at least that never happened.
At least that's not real.
That would be really terrible if Superman had to reverse the rotation of the Earth to bring back Lois Lane. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Who's Lois Lane?
Exactly.
Kidding. Kidding. People.
I logged a little Superman 3 today.
Did
I
you?
did, yeah. I had a
See?
doctor's appointment. I came home and I didn't have. I had an appointment, doctor's appointment, so I didn't work out because I had some stuff done and I'm like, oh, Superman 3, little Richard Pryor and
No.
Chris Reeve.
If I have time to sit down and watch a movie, I have time to clean the kitchen. I have time to vacuum. I have time to meal prep.
That stuff you can do that later.
Yeah.
You save that for another day.
Exactly.
Who's Lois Lane? She was a reporter.
She was.
Okay, a fake one.
Yeah.
Fiction.
It counts.
Okay.
Doug said Mario
That's
Kart
so
on the
hilarious.
iPhones. Changed my work habits. That's funny. Karina said loved Mario Kart. Olivia played Old Maid.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ron said my 106-year-old mother plays Connect 4 and beats the pants off of
That's
everyone.
Awesome.
Karina and her family had Connect 4 battles, and then said my brother and I would stay up late playing Mario Kart in the summer. Sometimes our mom would come out and yell at us to be quiet. That's also a favorite memory. I loved when
Getting
my
yelled
parents
at?
Yeah, getting yelled at to be quiet and go to bed.
Okay. Those are good memes.
They were good
Getting
memes.
screamed at by your parents.
Oh, Doug obviously watched our 4 o'clock because he said human composting. That story was wild.
Dude, Doug, are you serious? I'm with you, man. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa. I read that before we went on because we always have to. But I was like, wow. I thought the story was well done. With all due respect, it actually was a really well done story out of I think Chicago. But just that idea, though, that's fascinating.
Catching people up on the story. There's a push in some states that you can do human composting for a loved one, and so this woman used the human composting of her husband, and part of it talked about a plant that which I kind of thought was funny, that he hated the plant, wanted her to get rid of it. She said no, then used the remains, the human compost in that plant, and it flourished.
It's flourished. Yeah, and you get your loved one comes back in a little compost
jar,
can,
yeah.
and then you just sprinkle Jimmy on the philodendron or whatever plant you're composting, and then boom, Jimmy plant.
Yeah.
It's kind of got a Pet Cemetery vibe to it, though, for me.
So I did. Oh, okay.
A little bit, like
I do get that movie reference for the record.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got to stop with the. I didn't
No, I
realize
got
that you
that one.
absolutely hate art.
No, you hate art.
I'm sorry that you hate motion picture art and storytelling. I'm so sorry. I got to stop doing references.
I did, this is for Doug though. In as we're watching the story, I said I want to add. I feel like there would be pressure if I human composted somebody I love, because I don't have a green thumb. So what happens if I ruin the compost and then you got to throw out, right? I would feel pressure, and you turn to me and go, I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No.
You were right. I didn't say a word, but it's an interesting question.
It is.
Of what do you do? What do you want?
But anyway, look it up if you want to look at, because I thought the story was, and there are some really good reasonings behind this method now, based on some cities and some metropolitan areas are running out of space. Mm-hmm. And so what do you do when you run out of space?
It's a great question.
Got to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we getting close?
Yeah, it is. But that
Okay.
took a turn. I'm like scrambling for a new comment so we can get back to games and not end
You don't want
on
to keep
human
talking about human
composting.
composting? I think if we did a whole hour on human composting.
We
we'd-
definitely could.
Yeah.
Karina said horror movies. At one point, Doug did say beer pongy dongy. Did she like
I
your
don't
comment?
know the lingo, man. I just
Shoots and ladder,
Shoots and Ladders, Candyland,
Candyland.
and Mousetrap.
Yeah.
Boom, love that one. All the different mechanical things with the marbles and the
Yeah.
Mousetrap was cool.
I forgot about the monkeys. I'm stuck on that because that you unlocked a memory in there.
Operation?
Operation on
Good one.
this year for the 2025 list, they have the scooter. And I loved the scooter.
A scooter.
But you don't remember this. They would, if you hit your ankle, like you'd smash your little ankle up against the
I had a
scooter.
scooter,
It hurt
though.
so
I had a
bad.
scooter when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah, I remember I begged my mom. I
Oh,
remember
that's
it
cool.
vividly. I begged for a scooter. Begged. And she caved, and I got one. And I think it was one of those parental buys for out of we were going through a tough time as a family when I was a little kid, and it was one of those things that, you're buying your kids
Yeah.
something to, I don't know, well, not a guilt thing,
Like
but
a
like
mend, whatever.
or like a like me.
Yeah.
Here's a scooter like me,
Yeah.
and that was kind of a weird thing. But I got the scooter,
But you got the scooter.
then it went away,
Lightsaber. Star Wars lightsabers on the list for
Yep.
this year's 2025.
which is kind of, I wasn't into that. I was just, if we were going to like do that, we would just pick up a couple of sticks. I'm seriously, we'd sword and fight with some sticks.
I do believe that.
Yeah. And Dirt Clod fights. Dirt Clod should be in the Toy Hall of Fame.
Is that
No, like you go out to the field and they just have it'd be
Yeah.
freshly plowed and there'd be dirt clods and you
Oh.
would throw them at each other. That was Dirt Clod fight. That's what we did as a kid. We just were dumb. But God, the memes.
the memes?
Yeah, all those memories.
It does. It makes you nostalgic. It takes you
does.
back.
Yeah, Dirt Clod fight. We played a game called Tackle. No kidding. You get in the yard with a bunch of buddies and you try to tackle each other.
I feel like all of those things are cross generational.
I don't think any kids are playing tackle these days.
We wrestled. We played like
Okay,
wrestling.
Well, wrestling.
Or I think my cousins would pretend to be like horses or like bucking bulls. We played that.
Okay. Yeah,
So I feel like that's a little similar.
kind of, but we
wrestling.
were pretty violent.
Yeah, we definitely were not as violent. We were all related, so that was like
Somebody would always get hurt.
yes, and somebody always ended up crying.
My buddy broke his arm like twice playing tackle.
My sister broke my collarbone.
Ooh, doing what?
Yeah.
The wrestling?
Kind of, yeah. We've got 1 minute left, so I'm like, I feel like we
okay,
should leave it
okay.
on that.
All right.
But yeah, playing wrestling, she jumped on me and it snapped. And so then somebody brought up strawberry shortcake, and my parents at first didn't realize it was broken. Didn't take me to the hospital. A couple hours later, they realized. They took me to the hospital. And so then when I broke my ankle years later, they were like, let's take her right away this time.
Tomorrow on After Hours, major injuries and surgeries that we've had. We're doing a little HIPAA violation tomorrow. We'll see you then.